Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. It is Monday, June 15th at 10 a.m. here in Southwestern Ontario. I am Marcy Denning, Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous products that I share with you. I am super happy to be here with you today. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend and are ready to kickstart your week with some crafty inspiration. I am going to take a moment to flip the camera around and put it down on the workspace. Please, when you pop in, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're a first-time viewer to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. I am live on Facebook, so there, if you're watching it live, there will be a little red icon saying live at the top corner. If it's not there, you are watching the replay, and if you are watching on YouTube, it is definitely the replay. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. Please click that subscribe button below, as well as the notification bell, so you don't miss any future videos that I produce. Also, if you wouldn't mind doing me a huge favor and share my video. Sharing is caring, and it's how I reach more crafty friends. Okay, let's get started. We're going to flip you around and get going on some fun crafting here. All right, so try to do this as quickly and seamlessly as possible. And there we go. That wasn't too bad. Let me just tighten things up here. We don't want you flapping in the wind here. All right, so what do we need to adjust? You seem to be a little wibbly wobbly there. Are we going to sink anymore? My Archon, sometimes it just has a mind of its own. Okay, now let me adjust my lighting here. Making sure that we are nice and bright for you. Okay. So, I want to, before we get started, just a little bit of business. Don't forget the Pick a Free bundle that is going on right now. Through the month of June, everybody that signs up will, besides the already great deal, you are going to get I'm just sharing to my Stampers group here. Besides the already great deal, you're going to get to pick a free bundle of your choice. Any bundle in the catalog, whether it be a punch bundle or a die bundle. Pretty awesome. If you would like more information, please contact me. If you live in Canada, I would love to have welcome you to my Sassy Stampers family. All right, I also want to remind you of my Way to Goat class that is closing on Friday because I need to get the order in for the stamp sets. So please contact me right away if you want to get in on my Way to Goat class. It's $35, or you have to add another $14 if you are not picking up from my porch, if you want me to mail it to you. So again, the deadline is Friday, June the 19th, as I will be ordering the products Friday to get them in as quickly as possible. Okay, today we are using, good morning Melissa, how are you? Today we are using the Whiskey Business stamp set. This is a great stamp set for all the males in your life. And I have created this card here using this stamp set. And then we've got the sentiment and another whiskey glass inside. My father drinks whiskey. My father-in-law does not. He will have an occasional beer, and Brad will only have an occasional beer, but this is a perfect, awesome card, and all three of the fellas in my life will be getting one on Sunday. And I paired it with this die is from the Tasteful Labels dies. Good morning, Judy. How are you? My embossing folder here on the back, I don't know if you can see that. It is gorgeous. It is the Dainty Diamonds 3D embossing folder. It is from the Peony Suite, but it is perfect, I think, for this because the whiskey decanter here, I noticed the diamond pattern, and I thought that this diamond pattern in here would just blend perfectly together. I did do a smidge of fussy cutting, but the it's a glass. There's no weird angles or anything like that, so it's so easy to fussy cut. So let's get started. We are going to stamp first. I have a little offcut piece of a scrap piece of thick Whisper White. I forgot to tell you that the colors are Smoky Slate and Early Espresso. So we're going to stamp our decanter and our whiskey glasses. We're going to stamp them in the Smoky Slate and give them a moment to dry. So let's just move this stuff out of the way so I don't put my hand in anything. So there's 1 and 2. So we've got our whiskey glasses done, and now I always like to flip it over to take a peek. Make sure that I am getting full ink coverage on my stamp. All right, now because I'm putting a whiskey glass on here and I want my sentiment to be popped up over on the side there, I am bringing it up a smidge and over to the left-hand side, and I'm going to hope that I stamp this fairly straight down. Okay, so that is all the stamping for that part that we need to do. I wanted to get that done first so that it had time to dry before I come in with my Stampin' Blends. And the Stampin' Blends I'm using are the So Saffron combo pack, because whiskey is a bit of a yellowy amber color depending on the type. And then I've got my Light Pool Party for the glass, and then I'll be using the light gray granite for my base here that the whiskey bottle and glass will be sitting on, and then I'll be lightening it up with the color lifter. All right, so now let's pull in our Early Espresso. This blog post will be up on my blog at 11 a.m., giving me time to upload the video to my YouTube channel and inserting it. So all of the measurements as well as a complete supply list will be there. If you're wanting to purchase anything from my online store, and if you are not comfortable placing your own orders, feel free to contact me. I would be only happy to help you get that order placed. Okay, so I'm going to just bring in my Big Shot and put this in. Try not to jiggle too awful much as I crank it through. Let's try it this way. Reaching over my desk is not helping. All right, there we go. And here is our gorgeous embossed piece of early espresso. Isn't that just wow? Now you can do, this is the embossed side, and then here this is the debossed side. So whichever side you choose to put on your card front, doesn't matter, they both look amazing. So, and my color, this base cardstock is the gorgeous new, my paper here has shifted because of the Big Shot. Good morning, Mary. This cardstock is the gorgeous cinnamon cider. It is a great color cardstock, I think. And it looks so amazing with the early espresso. They really complement each other. So I'm just folding and burnishing, and then making sure, checking out to see how much. This was cut at, my early espresso was cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. But because it's a 3D embossing folder, it does shrink it a bit. So I'm just making sure that it's still an acceptable size, and it is. So I can take my silicone craft sheet and stick this on. All right. So Maisie and I have a very big afternoon today. I'm not sure what she's going to think of it. Isn't this a great embossing folder, Melissa? Yes, it's in a peony suite, but it looks fabulous with this masculine card as well. All right, so yes, Maisie has her very first puppy training this afternoon. We are going to Sparta for private training. I contacted the trainer and told her what I was looking for, and I said group lessons, but she said no, because Maisie is a little barky because she's Maltese, and she is reactive. She gets very startled quickly and easily when we're out on walks, and we want to stop that. We don't want a barking dog, so she suggested that we do private at first to get her to be listening. So that's what we are off to after lunch. And Danielle's coming with me because 2 sets of ears are so much better than 1, at least in my opinion. So that way we can come back and tell the family what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it. If you guys out there have any tricks or anything like that for getting your dogs, your puppies to listen, feel free to share it with me. She's listens only half the time when she wants to. She's a good girl, but it's the partial listening and the barking I have the issue with. So what I've done here is I have brought in my dark first. You can add as much dark as you want. So I've come in with the dark and in certain areas to give it that liquid more depth looking. And then went over with the light. Now I'm going to take my light pool party, and because this is like a crystal decanter, I'm thinking it's going to be very shiny, and I'm imagining that the light is hitting it, making it kind of sparkle. So I'm bringing in my light pool party marker just to go over some of those areas. And I'm going to hit these little diamonds here as well, so that we've got a little bit of interest there. So have you guys gone out to any restaurants now that the patios are open? Tomorrow is Brad and I's 31st wedding anniversary, and Maisie, no, sorry about that. One of the cats just tried to come out. Hold on. No. No. One of the cats just tried to come out of the bedroom, and Maisie is, this is what she does. Hey, no. All right, let's hope that that is done. Goodness gracious, I do apologize if you've got a dog and they heard Miss Maisie and have started barking themselves. All right, so I'm just going over with my color lifter just to lighten that, because we don't want it to be really bright. We just want that hint. So the color lifter dilutes and moves the color across your cardstock, softening the look. You don't want to overwork it either. I'm just looking to see where areas where I feel that it's a little dark. There, I think that's good. Bring that closer for you to see. Okay. Now we're going to come with the light gray granite. You can add as little or as much as you want, and I'm going to just kind of bring it under here. And then I'm going to take my color lifter and blend that out. Let's flip ends here. It's not working quite as well as I had hoped that end. So Maisie's sitting on the chair here with me, and she's giving me my arm kisses. She's apologizing for being a naughty girl. Okay, so then let's take and blend that out, lighten it up so it's just a hint. I find, as I've said before, I find that the gray granite, the light, is a lighter color than the smoky slate. So that is my light gray granite is my color of choice for something like this. And I'm avoiding hitting the end of the bottom of that jar of decanter. All right, so now let's bring in our 2 whiskey glasses. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Our ice cubes. Going to have a little bit of the blue on them. As well as the glass here. This is such a cool set. So back to the dining out. So I am ordering from our local restaurant. I'm going to order our special dinner. It won't be quite the same when it's in a takeout box, but it will still be nice. Because I'm just not ready to go to a restaurant. I don't know how long it'll take me to be ready. I mean, when I go to the grocery store and that, there's half the people aren't wearing masks. And I was at the grocery store just yesterday, and one of the workers was checking something, price checking something for somebody because she was on one of those handheld walkies or whatever, and she sneezed and she did not have a face mask on. You want to bet I got out of that aisle in a really big hurry because I thought, holy smokes, how far does this stuff spread if it's anything? So just proved my point to myself that no, we're not going out to supper. We're going to order in and have a nice supper here. Yes, this would make a great birthday card, Mary. And not just guys like whiskey. I have girlfriends who like whiskey, so you could sub out these colors. This early espresso, you could change it into more of a feminine color. I think it might be really cool with the new Magenta Madness. Or you could do it with Petal Pink and Smoky Slate, or Basic Gray and Gray Granite. You could definitely turn this into a female birthday card for sure. Now let's just bring just a smidge more dark right there, the bottom of the glass. Blend that line out just a bit by going over then bringing in my color lifter just to soften just a smidge. My grandmother was a whiskey drinker, and she had fancy decanters and glasses like this. I remember from my childhood going to visit. My sisters and I would be downstairs playing, and my parents and grandparents upstairs having their adult beverages and chatting away. All right, so here's my 2 whiskey glasses. Does not take much time to color that in at all. So now let's stamp our sentiment on here and on here. So we've got straight up, you're the best, and being a dad is whiskey business. I think that's quite funny. All right. So, making sure that I get enough coverage on here. Put this down using my grid paper to line it up. And hopefully stamp it straight. It's a little low, so let's try that again. And maybe not quite so far away from me so that I can see. It's still in camera view. Now hopefully this isn't too high. That's better. It's just a smidge, but it's better. So there's that. And now the straight up, you're the best, is going to be right in the center. And then, no, Maisie, you can't come on Mommy's lap. We are going to take, this is just regular Whisper White, but seeing as it is going to be on the inside, you're not going to see through to the back. It doesn't matter that there is the bleeding through from the blend. Okay, that little splotch is where my glass is going to go. Hopefully I did it big enough. Doesn't really matter. All right, so now take my snips here and cutting it down to a more manageable size removing some of that excess rather quickly. All right, so then starting on the side, leaving just a little bit of the white cardstock, a little halo around it. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes cutting here with a squirmy little puppy sitting behind me, clamoring to get on my lap. Usually there's more people around to pay attention to her, but the guys have gone golfing this morning, so see how fast that was? When it's just basically straight cutting, it does not take that long at all. And with a good pair of snips, it makes it so much easier. And I'm turning my cardstock as I'm going. Okay, and around to the very end. And ta-da! We've got two lovely, now did I make that big enough? No, I didn't. I'm going to have to make that just a smidge bigger in a moment. So let's get this glued on here. All right, and we've got this on the left-hand side. And I used some dimensionals to pop up. You could have this flat down, but I wanted it popped up just a bit. So makes it, we'll put 2 dimensionals on here. All right. So then we're going to have you sitting so that you're over just slightly over the corner. Make sure that it was straight. Okay, now we're going to take the stamped label and my stamp and seal. Take the lid off, that would help. Come on. Put the lid back on, and where did I put, oh, here it is, my twine, my gold twine. This is from the Forever Greenery trim combo pack, I think it's called. So what I did was I left some of it hanging out, and I made a figure 8 so that we've got don't want too much. Here we go. Flip it over before we cut it. And this first loop is, this loop here is just a smidge too big. This is why you don't trim it until you are done. That way you're not wasting. I like that better. So then we snip that. And I love how it frays right away. I just think that's such a cool textured effect with that. And then you can always help it by taking just pushing it apart just that little bit more. And then we need some more dimensionals. Get that out of my way. Come on. 1, 2, 3, and stick down there, buddy. 4. Okay, so we are going to bring this in and over to the side a bit, making sure that we are straight, and we're a smidge long now that it's on the card front, so we can just snip those off and lift all of that up if I can. There we go. Snip that off. Okay, so there's our card front. Now the inside. What happened to my other whiskey glass? Oh, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on first. Okay, and then set you here to see how much further out I need to go. So I underestimated how wide that one is, so I just wanted it to not be sitting floating. And then lighten that up a bit. So it's more like a shadow cast from the glass. And then this one is going to be flat down, just like that. Here's my Tombow. And make sure we are straight on here. Line you up. Okay. And there we have it. So this is my original, and here is the card that I did with you today. Doesn't take too awful much really to quickly make this, so I've got one more card of these to create for the dads on Sunday. So take a moment here to see if I've got any questions. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the crafting inspiration. If you've got any questions, you can message me or post on here. I will come back later on, although like I said, today Maisie and I are off to puppy training, so I will not be getting back to you quite as quickly as normal. Thank you, Judy. I'm glad you love it. The stamp set is on back order right now, but that doesn't mean you can't order it. You can still order it. It's just going to take a smidge longer before it arrives. If you don't have it yet, I think it's a great stamp set and a must for your stamping supply. It lots of fun. now that I've got my guide cards created for that, I'm going to see what I can create. Pull out some girly colors, because I can totally see this with some bling on it and everything. Some bright pink. Yeah. It's on your wish list, Mary. Yeah, this set is, I think, Stampin' Up! Really did a great job with this set because it's bang on. Okay, so I'm going to sign off, say thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget about my Way to Goat class, as well as the Pick a Free Bundle Starter Kit. Oh, I see up here I have something I wanted to share with you. I got Happy Mail last week from Stampin' Up! I got, for my sales milestone, I got a letter signed by Shelley and Sarah, as well as a pin with my, I'm going to say diamond. It's a, it's bling, cubic zirconia, whatever. My beautiful pin to commemorate my first sales milestone. So that was pretty awesome to get that. To work for a company that would actually take the time to send out stuff like this to congratulate you is pretty amazing. Another reason why I just love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love that our company really does care for us and celebrates with us. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back on Wednesday. Wednesday will be, I believe, 1 o'clock. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this morning's crafting inspiration, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye for now.